Kellogg's is an interesting one. So one of the most striking things I saw at this Senate hearing was a box or a bag of Fruit Loops in the United States and Fruit Loops from Canada, and the food dyes. Then in the United States, we allow red 40, yellow 5, yellow 6, blue 1. And in Canada, those are illegal. And so the difference between American Fruit Loops and Canadian Fruit Loops is striking in terms of how it's going to affect a kid's brain and how much more addictive it's going to be because it's so much more colorful, harkening back to the fruit from our evolutionary history.
I saw this. I noticed that when I was in Canada, things were different. The food, it was certain things I was looking for. I'm like, well, wait a minute. They got Walmart here. Why can't I find these certain things? It's because certain things are illegal over there that are not legal, that are legal here, that are illegal over there, that are legal here, that are definitely not good, guys. I'm Krizz Kaliko, and on this channel, we got funny people and we got hot topics. This is Krizz Out Loud. Come on. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's get to it. The disturbing history of cornflakes. I forgot what this guy's name is. Let me see if I can find it. Let me minimize it, see if I can find this real quick. Paul Saladino. Yeah, Dr. Saladino is his name. Anyway, let's keep going. See what he has to say.
At Kellogg's, right?
Yes. Yeah, the time we're recording this, we're a couple days away from our Kellogg's protest. We have over 1,000 people that have RSVP'd to show up. So hopefully they do, and they bring even more. And we're going to middle of nowhere, Battle Creek, Michigan, to walk from a park, march from a park to Kellogg's headquarters. Not only will we have around 1,000 people marching, God willing more. And this is, all walks of life, moms, their kids, just Americans who are tired of our food being poisoned. And we're going to walk up and hand Kellogg's a petition with over 200,000 signatures from American moms demanding that they remove BHT and artificial dyes from their cereal. Now, hear me on this, because I'm getting a lot of these messages and I'm like, you guys are missing the point.
Right.
Because they're like, Alex, who cares if they take all that stuff out? Like, you think people should eat Fruit Loops then? I'm like, no. But the point is, you are going to have people that really do not know, any of this type of health information that we do. They don't have access to it or whatever, and they're going to eat the Fruit Loops anyway, okay? So shouldn't we just make it a little bit better for American kids? Can we all just agree that bare minimum, American kids deserve the better quality that Kellogg's, by the way, is willing to give kids all around the world? So what's really sick about Kellogg's is that in America, they are making one batch that uses paprika and all these very natural, turmeric, things like that to color their cereal, and they are shipping that out to every other country. And then also in America, they are making their toxic sludge cereal for American children. And when we ask them at first,
because people are going to get away with whatever you let them get away with. That's just the way that it works in America. We get away with whatever we want to get away with. Also, everybody wants to come here, and I believe that they try to, I don't know. I don't even know how far I should even go. I'm kind of new to reacting and stuff on YouTube, so I'm always like, how far should I go? But I will say this. Let me say this, because this will definitely not get me in trouble. If they can make a healthy batch to go to Canada and any other country, then they can do it here. Why wouldn't they just change their, I know why they wouldn't do it. I was going to say, why wouldn't they just change their recipe and the contents, the ingredients here? It's because it's more expensive to do it the natural way. It's more expensive to do it the natural way, and wherever they don't have to do that and don't have to spend that money, which is in America, they won't have to spend that money. I'm speculating, but this is what I think. They don't have to do that more expensive way, so they can actually cut costs by not doing it the expensive way for America, and America is probably the main consumer of that product, so they can save their money that way. That's why. I asked the question and figured it all out at the same time. Let's keep going.
To make these changes, Kellogg's response to the food babe Vani Hari was, well, your American children like this. They prefer it. And so Jason Karp, who is
that's because they're addicted to it.
Hugh Chocolate. He was speaking on the Senate panel, and his point was, sure, of course American kids are going to prefer these Fruit Loops to these Fruit Loops, just like they would prefer cocaine to sugar.
Of course.
So
Right.
the point is that the adults in the room are supposed to be caring for those kids who are not capable of understanding what BHT and artificial colors can do to their brain and their bodies. We need to be the people to be standing up for them, and so the least we can do is remove these ingredients, especially if you're all.
Here's what I'll say too. There's no escape from any of this. If you live here, there's no escape from this stuff. What you do have to try to do is get the products that you have to try to get the products that have the least amount of stuff in them. We buy the Fruit Loops. It's not really knockoff brand, but the Fruit Loops alternative is what I call it, from Aldi's. Now, I'm not getting paid for any of this stuff, but it's my responsibility, if I'm going to be on here doing social commentary about these things, is to tell you what I'm trying to do and what I'm doing, because I'm a big dude. I don't eat to be this size, but I eat a standard American diet. Well, it's going to affect people's hormones differently. You know what I'm saying? And so we try to do the best we can is the point here. So Aldi's has a Fruit Loops that doesn't have natural flavorings and colors and stuff in it. Doesn't have artificial colors or flavors, and it doesn't have BHT in it. They have a lot healthier options. Aldi's, Trader Joe's, which is essentially the same company as the two brothers that split. One did Aldi's, one did Trader Joe's. So we got to try to do the best that we absolutely can.
Doing it everywhere else. It's not hard for them to do.
Junk food is a Pandora's box for children. You can't open the Pandora's box of Skittles, Fruit Loops, tricks, and a million other things and expect a kid to make a good decision. The dopamine systems in their brain are just not well developed. You just don't have enough consciousness and self-reflection to make those decisions until we're later in life. And so that's crazy that Kellogg's wants to justify it with that adage that, oh, kids prefer it. Well, no shit, they prefer it. They'd probably like it more if you put some actual cocaine in it, or a hard drug.
And what's really cool is that we have had Ellen DeGeneres speak out against Kellogg's now.
Wow.
We've had all three Kardashian sisters, Kim, Khloe, and Kourtney, have all posted in the last couple days.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Calling out Kellogg's, saying, Kellogg's, what's going on here? Why won't you do something? And Kellogg's has been completely silent. So we've been like, hey, before we show up there, you willing to make any announcements? Nothing? No. Absolute silence. So what is their plan? We don't know, but we're going to go. We're going to show up.
That's so interesting.
I usually talk about how I feel like, why are people protesting? Like, what good does that do? But I haven't heard of a protest like this where they actually show up with thousands of people with a petition with hundreds of thousands of signatures on it. I'm anxious to see what that actually does and if that makes any difference at all, because that will get a lot of attention. And what they don't want is bad press. They don't need anything threatening their bottom line. So I would assume that this could threaten it with the attention that this would gauge. I don't know when this was done. Let me see. I'll look at the end when this was done, because maybe they made changes at this point.
Story of Cornflakes?
No.
So Kellogg's Cornflakes were developed in 1896 in Battle Creek, Michigan at the Battle Creek Sanitarium. So in the late 1800s, psychiatric patients were sent to a sanitarium. This was a psychiatric institution. Okay. And John Harvey Kellogg was involved in this. And the reason they were developed was to decrease the male libido. To decrease.
Oh, masturbation.
Yes.
I do know this. The cornflake masturbation link.
Yes. Yes.
Of course.
What?
Yes. So this is crazy. This is this is real American history, that cornflakes were developed by John Harvey Kellogg to essentially be so nutrient depleted that you have less carnal desire, that you don't have as much of a libido, and you don't masturbate. So what happens to both men and women when they eat meat? We have a libido, a healthy sexual drive, right? Because of the unique nutrients in meat. But if you give someone cardboard, obviously the essential equivalent of cardboard with a cornflake, you deplete them of nutrients and it helps quell the libido. This is all connected with Seventh-day Adventist sort of religious dogma, but that is the original story of cornflakes.
Wow.
And I've told that story on social media and the post got taken down as misinformation. Yeah, actual real history.
They do not want you to know that the cornflakes are meant to prevent masturbation.
So say that when you go,
Well, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's meant to prevent that, but yeah. Well, and if, to be fair, if you can't prove it, then of course there might be misinformation. I don't know. I know that there's always these theories, and I've been part of it before, like, oh, they don't want whoever they is, this or that. But also you have to be able to prove those things. In their defense, if you can't prove it, then you can't put it up like it's fact. So I can see that. I can see it.
Yeah, I'll say that again. Oh my gosh, I should say that with my little bullhorn at Kellogg's. Did you know they don't want you to masturbate?
They want you to eat cornflakes and not have any sex, like they're anti-sex.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's hilarious. I forgot that. I'm going to have to tell that at a dinner. We're doing like a dinner the night before, all of like the health people that are going, and I'm going to bring this up.
It's so crazy. So thank you for that work you're doing. I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, they're probably trying to, I don't know if they were trying to block it from masturbation as much as they may have been trying to block it from trying to control the population, maybe control it from being overpopulated or something like that. Who knows? That doctor, man, I see him on social media all the time. Saladino. I know I see him talking about health food all the time. Guys, we just got to eat as healthy as we can. At the end of the day, that's what's going to make us live longer and have a better life. You guys let me know what you think about this. I said what I needed to say about it. Obviously not saying everything, but guys, get in the comments, like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll holler at y'all on the next one. Cali, baby. See you, bye.